So today we're going on a flight with Neil Montgomery, one of my great friends. He's a pastor over at Scottsdale Bible. We have something special today. We are going on a Flights for Life mission, so we're going to bring some blood up to Flagstaff, and you're going to be in for a treat. He's a funny guy, and we're just going to have so much fun. Can't wait. So she was actually early, which was perfect. Grabbed the blood for the trip for today. Awesome. First, we're gonna sump the fuel. Make sure there's no debris or water in there. So we're looking for water, and water is heavier than fuel, so it would show on the bottom. And looking for any debris. There's nothing. It's perfectly clear. Okay, and then we'll just push that down, and it goes into that part. Now we're going to go to the other tank. Okay, so now we're going to pour this fuel in here, and this is really neat. This screen here will allow fuel to go through, but it won't allow water to go through, which is awesome, or any other debris. So I'm going to pour this in here. Now we're going to check the oil. Okay, now that we're going to do the walk around. This is the aileron. We're going to make sure it moves free and it's clear. All the nuts are where they're supposed to be, and come around this end. Make sure the leading edge, there's no dents or anything like bugs growing on there. Make sure there's enough fuel. Okay, then I look down here, make sure everything is clear here. Door's closed, it's latched. Check the prop, make sure there's no dings on it. That looks good. Looking in here, the belt's good. There's no birds nesting in there. All right, we checked the oil already. Now we come around this way. Look under here. Check this fuel. Make sure we have enough there for this trip. Come around here. These are the stall warnings. We're gonna remove before flight. So since we're gonna be flying, that's the pitot tube. Looks clear. The other aileron is functional. Bolts are where they're supposed to be. Nuts. Okay, we got the door here, the antennas. And then this is the stabilator. Make sure that this moves properly. The trim right here. Then we got the rudder. We're not going to really move that much, but we'll come around this side. Okay, and that's about it.
Did you really run?
How you doing? Of course I ran. I gave myself enough time. What's going on? Sorry, I'm a little sweaty. Whew! Yeah. I figured if I left last night, I could get here this morning, so it's quite a run.
Yeah, well, what, 10 hours?
That's
8 hours?
Give or take. Give or take an hour.
Oh, so would you?
It's really tough when you're running on 101. Some of those cars don't like it very much. Going and out. But I stayed in the HOV lane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm here.
And can you run on the HOV lane?
I don't know. I did.
You did?
Yeah.
And no cops are coming. Good.
Not that we know of.
All right, so we got a great day planned. We're going up to Flagstaff. We got a box of blood. And no, you can't drink it.
Nice.
All right, I'll get some water for you.
I know you're going to ask where you got the blood from.
We're going to do something good.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. In the days when social media is really getting us all in trouble, Angelo adds cameras. As I say, the only thing better than having your own plane is a friend who has his own plane. So I won't mention the word hijack, but when we're up there, we're going to take this plane over.
Remember the door.
This is where you got to become a contortionist to get in the plane. I've already separated my right shoulder and dislocated my left knee. That's going to enable me to get into the plane.
I won't even talk the whole way. Breaker 19194.
Breaker 19.
Mayday, Mayday.
Do you know what a 10-100 is and a
10-100, whatever it is, it sounds
10
scandalous.
10-100 means you got to take a P. 10-200 is.
Oh yeah, the opposite.
All right, so what do I do here?
You what you got to do is you got to YouTube flying a plane.
Okay. I think I got the flying part down. I need the landing.
It's always more exciting when you just wait till you have to land. Then your mind sharpens and you focus. Talk about trusting God.
You know that saying, God is my co-pilot?
Yeah.
I got somebody even better than that now.
Do it, see
and
that?
Everybody, that's a joke.
I thought this was flying with therapists, but I'm on the wrong show.
Wrong show.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm laughing because I don't have my glasses. So
oh yeah, you know what?
I'll just make it up.
I brought my glasses.
Okay, I'll just make it up as I go. Okay, well the font is big enough. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Oil pressure.
Check.
Vacuum pressure.
Check.
Aux.
Pump is off. Check.
Mixture.
Just remember that. Check.
Avionics master.
Is on. Check.
Bus volts.
Good. Check.
Annunciator panel.
I know, that's a whole nother story.
No,
check.
Altimeter.
Check.
Auto flit.
Auto flight. Check.
Flaps.
F1. Check.
Kind of important. Trim.
Trim is set.
Right here. And fuel.
Fuel. We have E, which is enough, right?
That's enough. You just keep going. It goes back around to F. It's kind of highlighted with an asterisk here, so I think that's kind of important.
That's important, and it's highlighted.
That's Saratoga 301, Papa Sierra, ramp 8, VFR North, Foxtrot.
Saratoga 301, Papa Sierra, Valley Ground, taxi Alpha Northwest, run up area, advise run up complete.
Alpha to the northwest, run up area, advisory one complete, 1 Papa Sierra.
Provide tower information, Foxtrot 1453 Zulu, wind calm, temperature 32, dew point 3, altimeter 2987. Visual approaching east, line runway 7 right, 7 left.
So you said this is like the busiest airport in Arizona?
In the country.
In the country.
Busiest GA airport, general aviation.
It looks like a Mustang down there, a Mooney or something there.
Yeah. That's the other thing I like.
It's
flying with you. You know things about planes. Wow, look at this jet here.
I know. I didn't think the runway was big enough for planes like that.
Yeah, no, the other side is over 7,000 feet.
You know what, Angelo? I used to think it was kind of cool to hang out with you. And then you see a plane like that.
I know. It's like...
You're like, can you let me up here?
All right, let me do my run up here. We'll get to 2,000 RPM. This is where brakes are important. Got a little drop on the right mag. Almost no drop on the left, which is good. It's running really efficient. Put some oil in the prop.
That's what that does?
Yep. Because the prop changes with pitch with this lever here.
Deer Valley Ground, Saratoga 1 Papa Sierra, run up complete.
Saratoga 1, Papa Sierra, run with 7 left, taxi Alpha 4, have a great flight.
Did you want to say a prayer?
I've been praying all along.
Yeah.
Is that a Saratoga too?
No, that's an Archer. We're gonna beat them. We're just outside of Deer Valley, heading north to Flagstaff, and like flight following, and we'll be at 9,500.
1 Papa Sierra Squawk 0341.
0341, 1 Papa Sierra.
For the next 40 minutes, you're just going to see us sitting here. You might want to join us and just sitting there too.
If they like you, and we get a lot of thumbs up and a lot of shares, I was going to take you to Montgomery, and that's in San Diego. A lot of pressure on you right now.
Great.
We have a mission, and we have to get to Flagstaff like 15 minutes ago to deliver this blood, saving some lives. So I'm wondering why I keep hearing squelch, and it's because you're constantly talking. So that's why it's not like there's dead air and I'm hearing squelch. It's because you're constantly talking. Like I tell Catherine, that's one thing about driving and flying. Like driving, you have to see. You have to see signs, you have to see cars in front of you. Airplanes, once you get up a certain altitude, what do you have to see? Like I'm not gonna hit a sign, I'm not gonna hit a mountain.
You know, let's talk about over 50 because it's amazing you can't see. You know, when I was 42, I could see everything. I could see, and then I turned 50, I can't see a thing.
I know.
And also, you turn 50, a lot of other things happen. Like you have to go to the bathroom all the time, and you get up in a plane like this. Thank you. When I booked this flight, I booked an aisle seat, and most other planes you can't book it. They're trying to make money every time. I had to pay an extra $11 to get this seat.
So you alluded to a story about going to the bathroom, and I think this is a good time to tell that story.
Well, there was a, you know, I always say I'm becoming the person I used to make fun of, and now I have to go to the bathroom every 10 minutes, and.
But this was like 8 years ago.
Wow. No, it was like 7 years ago, but it was.
Was it 7?
I don't want to be specific.
Yeah. 7 years.
I guess I was
almost 8 in October.
I was only in my 40s, but we were at a men's retreat in Williams, Arizona, and Angelo got a wild hair of saying, "Hey, look, who wants to come in the plane to fly over the Grand Canyon?" I got clearance. Well, that morning, not knowing I was going to go flying, so normally I go flying, I dehydrate. I was drinking coffee like it was fill in the blank. I was drinking coffee like
it was bourbon, or I mean scotch.
Like it was bourbon or scotch, because I drink scotch just the way I drink coffee. So
99 contact Prescott Tower 125.3.
I was drinking a ton of it, and then Angelo says, "Hey, let's fly over the Grand Canyon." And then, like a fool, I said, "Hey, okay." So I get to the airport, I have to pee. As soon as I get into the plane, I got to go again. And I don't want to say anything because I'm embarrassed. And of course, we're flying, and we're flying over the Grand Canyon. Everybody's looking out the window. I got to go. There's no bathroom in this Saratoga plane, none. I just want you to know that if you're ever invited, there's no bathroom. But there are options. So finally I say to Angel, "Look, I got to go." And Angel's like, "We're over the Grand Canyon, for crying out loud. It's not like I could just hang you out on a wire like a C-130 refueling plane." So begrudgingly, he tells me about this item that he has, and it looks like a diaper. You open it up, and there's this little opening on it. I'm in a plane with 5 other guys. I think we had 12 in the plane that day. There were a lot of us.
No, FAA, it wasn't 12.
It wasn't. It was legit.
It was legit.
So I got to take this thing, and I got to go to the bathroom in front of 5 other guys. And I filled this little bag, and I set it down. And I'd like to say that was the end of it, but I had to go again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had tears in my eyes going to the bathroom with a bunch of guys I love while flying over the Grand Canyon. It's one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had. And so don't knock it until you rock it.
You didn't know this part of it, but I was kind of nervous because Williams is at like 7,000 feet. It's a high altitude airport. And I was new with the plane. I was new pilot too. And I'm already like, I couldn't do what I'm doing right now with you. I had to like focus.
Yeah.
So you, I mean, I don't know, this might come to a shock, everybody. You just like to talk, you like to joke and all that stuff.
I freak pilots out.
And you're sitting behind there, and I'm focusing. I got to take off with, you know, 5 other guys on this high altitude airport, and you start tapping me as I'm like taking off, and I'm going, what? And I'm in the air, and
Gotta pee.
I'm like, what? And you're like, what? And you said, I have to pee, and I'm like, yeah, right. Because that's what little kids do. As soon as you leave, right? You're in the car. Do you have to go pee? No, we're good, we're good. And as soon as you get in the car, they go, I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
And you're doing that.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, you're joking. And you're like, no, I'm serious, I gotta go pee. And okay, well, there's a bag in there. And you actually did have to go pee.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And then we land, we come back.
We did.
We land at, we did make it back. It was one of the most epic trips I've ever taken. We got to fly 1,000 feet over the Grand Canyon, all the way around it. And then we're pushing the plane back to the parking spot after, I think, getting fuel or something, right? And I said to you, I said, that was amazing, right? And I said, but we'll leave out, we won't tell anybody about peeing in the plane, right? He says, are you kidding me?
Sermon illustration.
That's like, there's like 10 sermons in that.
I love words like epic. I think that just describes hanging out with me.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Grand Canyon wasn't the epic thing, it was flying with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be going over Sedona. Last time I did a blood run up to Flagstaff, it was so cloudy and the weather was starting to come in.
Did you go VFR?
Yeah, we have to do VFR
So you're
flights.
actually flying in the clouds?
Well, I didn't. I avoided them,
Yeah.
and I got to this part here, and I said, you know what, do we continue? Do we continue? And I was with V-Man, Vince, right? And,
real co-pilot.
Yep, and we were right about here, and I said, you know what, I'm calling it. It's, if they like it or not, I'm going to land at Sedona, which was awesome.
I can see it.
Yep, we landed at Sedona right down there.
The last time I tried
and
to
we
fly,
had them come down and pick up the blood from there. So at least they didn't have to drive all the way to Scottsdale. They just had to drive to
Sedona's
Sedona.
not far.
Well, if you were with me, maybe I would have gone for it.
Yeah.
I've flown up to Sedona hundreds of times, and there's not one time that I don't fly over it that I don't videotape or take pictures of it.
It's awe-inspiring.
All right, where's our airport? Oh.
I'm flying with a pilot who keeps saying, up.
That scare you or scare you?
No.
So the wind is right down our runway, so that's good. The runway is at 7,000 feet, so our pattern altitude is 8,000 feet. We're at 9,000 feet, so we have to go down 1,000 feet. Let me see, we're 14 to the south. Yeah, I'll go back for Flagstaff, 1 Papa Sierra.
1 Papa Sierra, Roger. Squawk 2 car, contact Flagstaff Tower, 134.5, we're done.
All right, contacting Flagstaff Tower, 1 Papa Sierra.
Flagstaff Tower, 77 Golf, midfield, left downwind 21.
1 Papa Sierra, Roger. You can disregard the midfield call. Runway 21, clear to land. Wind 200 at 14, gust 24 now.
All right, clear to land, 21, 1 Papa Sierra.
That was okay.
Oh, we have a lot of headwind.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, we're headed to the FBO, 1 Papa Sierra.
Total 1 Papa Sierra, Roger. You can continue to Alpha 7, turn right Alpha 7, taxi to park and monitor ground point 9.
I continue to Alpha 7 and monitor ground point 9, 1 Papa Sierra. That was a great landing.
That was really, really, really good with all that
you feel the wind?
Well, here we are in Flagstaff, Arizona.
All right, let's see where we can park. I don't think
that's it, but those are, aren't they?
Park over there.
Here comes the assistant.
Where do I follow him?
Oh, just turn around.
I didn't
Park in the park.
I just drop it here.
Oh, is this the guy?
I feel like I would just come in like I own the place.
Yeah.
I follow this guy. See, it probably says follow me, right?
So professional.
Yeah, I learned you gotta be nice to these people.
doing is illegal right now?
There's a little waiting. How long have we waiting? For what? Seating?
You got about 20 minutes, man. I went online and booked the seat.
I crave the food.
So what advice do you have for people watching to navigate through these times we're in right now? And notice how I use navigate as
Yeah,
a
I like
pilot.
the term. I like the term.
Like the term?
If I were to fly through what I wanted to say, no, I think we've never lived in times like this. It's incredible, and I think I can tell you things that help me that I don't do. When I watch too much of the news, I'll tell you that makes me feel a little anxious. It makes me feel worried. And any kind of social media out there, you always got somebody saying one thing, and then while they're saying one thing, somebody's giving the exact opposite. And so for me, it's really been a discipline to try to find space just to get quiet and just to be still. I mean, you think about the Bible, that's a biblical precedent for us, is to be alone, be still, find times of solitude where we can hear God, that we can sit. I think of the one word I think that's guided my life right now for navigating has been abide. Abide in Christ. And I think so often in our world we're so used to reacting to what happens. Somebody gets mad at me, I get mad at them. I'm hungry, I eat. I watch the news, I'm worried.
Respond, not react.
Yeah, and we tend to be reactors rather than responding. That's a good point. I think so. When I get time just to be alone and I get to read what the Bible says about life, because that's what the Bible is. A lot of people think it's a theology book or a book of doctrines, or Christianity's adherence to a bunch of beliefs. It's a book that reveals the character of God. So when I read the Bible, I'm looking for, what does this tell me about God? Because he's alive, and I'm invited into a relationship with him. How can I relate to him? And then how can I take that relationship and use it to navigate through life? And it's revolutionizing my whole take on all this stuff. How about you? What do you guys?
Oh boy.
Do you just get stressed out?
You know, I do what you do. I turn off the news. I've never been a news person anyway. Like, on either end. I mean, people go, "Oh, that's fake news." Well, it's all fake news. It's all right now. Well, it's all news, meaning they're about making money. They're not about giving you facts all the time. You know, so you don't know who to
Watch
believe.
my channel so I can sell you commercials.
And I watch what's going on in the world. Like I watch, people are calling me from other states going, "Man, Arizona is just on lockdown. They're so bad, right? How are you guys surviving?" I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, my parents who live in British Columbia on Vancouver Island call me weekly, and they're like, I can't believe it. Is everybody dying? And it's like, what we're experiencing, what you're seeing are two different things. It's so true. So that's, again, I think about so much of the Bible that I read tells us to like you said, be responders. And it tells us that, you're going to see things. So be an observer of the world. Observe what's happening. And the Bible will help you extrapolate meaning from the events. Like prophecy is a big thing, right? The Bible's, a lot of people think prophecy and they think it's telling the future. No, it's when you see these things happen, then you will know that these things are coming. And so knowing that, and then just having my peace in Christ, is like, my focus is not on this world. I think too many of us put all our eggs in the basket of this life. And our relationship with God amounts to an elaborate negotiation to make my life more comfortable. And that's our big problem. And it creates strength and anxiety and worry. And I want to make our world great. I want to make our environment great. I want everybody to have health care. I want everybody to be loved. But I don't make that I don't demand it. I do whatever I can to affect the world that I live in. And then I leave the results up to God. And that's given me a lot more peace in my life. This thing here will save your life if you're on a plane with too much coffee, if you know what I mean.
Back to Deer Valley.
Oh, Flagstaff, I could have hung out here till tomorrow morning.
I know, right?
Do you feel the wind blowing the door open?
No.
Valley Tower, Saratoga 301 Papa Sierra. We're descending out at 4,300 and we're landing with Julia, full stop.
Joining us for Pastors on Planes Getting High.
In a plane.
Oh.
Pastor in a plane.
Pastor in a plane getting high. We've maintained social distance. We put our masks on. But for this closing segment, we took them off. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit donate. But anyway,
there is no donate.
There's no donate. Anyway, I'm heading out. Got to fly. It's 104 degrees. Got to get home before midnight, my friend. Thank you. This is great. All right, buddy. See you guys later.
See you. Have a good job.
Whew. See you later.
Neil, what's going on? Where are you going?
What? Oh, I gotta get to the airport. I'm filming. I'm in the Pastors on Airplanes Getting High tomorrow.
What's that? What's Pastors on Planes Getting High? What is that?
It's a thing I gotta do, and I gotta get there by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but it's 10 o'clock at night.
I know, but I'm running. See you later.
See ya.
Bye. Here we go. Gotta get to the airport by morning.